Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be specifically talking about OnePlus 6 running OxygenOS 5.1.8. Now before we start this video, a bit of background to it and why I am talking about 5.1.8 because ever since OnePlus launched this update on this phone and a couple other phones including the 5 and the 5T, lots of people have reported some battery drain on the OnePlus 6. That includes the standby drain, Wi-Fi drain, and also battery draining on a 4G as well. Good for you guys. I've taken the risk, I've taken the plunge, I've installed the OxygenOS 5.1.8 and I thought let's live with it for a few days and give you guys the feedback of how the phone's behaving so far with the update. Now before we start talking about the battery drain on 5.1.8, let's have a quick look at a couple of cases which Tudia have sent me. So a big thumbs up to Tudia for sending me a couple of cases for the OnePlus 6. So far, before these cases, I've been using the standard case that came in the box, and this case is decent enough, not looking too bad. If you put this on the phone, you'll see it's pretty straightforward, and also goes to show you the transparent back where you can see the color of the phone as well. So let's have a quick look at these couple of Tudia cases. As you know, they're well-known, famous Arch S and Merge series, and they do often this on many phones. So let's get hold of the Arch S first. I've got a couple of cases here, so we're gonna take too long, guys. I'm gonna be as quick as I can so we can then talk about the battery life on the OnePlus 6. So this is the Arc S, as you can see, the frosted clear case. So let's take this out and put this on very quickly to see how it fares on the phone. Okay, there we go. As you can see, this is the frosted back, looks pretty nice, very elegant. At the same time, my favorite TPU gel material. I love a TPU gel cases like that. Reason, because they're so easy to put on, and also at the same time very easy to put off as well. So one of the things I love about Tudia cases, and heard me say this often on my videos when it comes to Tudia cases. So putting the case back in, as you can see, guys, nice bit of lip here on all sides, and everything seems to be nice and well cut out. At the bottom you can see the 3.5mm headphone jack, Type-C USB speaker, and everything else is very accessible. Okay, just use the fingerprint sensor, there you go, works straight away without any issues. As you can see, the cut here is deep enough for you to have your fingerprint and also your camera protected. Okay, as you can see there, the toggle switch is also well exposed and you can use it whilst the case is on, so not looking too bad. Up top, just the mic only, nothing else. And on the left hand side, you got the volume rockers, and the SIM tray obviously is covered, as is the case with most cases. So this case is not looking too bad. The frosted clear case for the OnePlus 6, the Tudia Arc S series. Thumbs up. Okay, so next up, once again, another Arc S case, and this time this is the navy blue color. So let's take it out very quickly and see how this fares. Okay, more packaging, there we go, guys. And once again, this nice TPU gel material, one of my favorites, and I like this nice matte finish with this navy blue color. So let's put the OnePlus 6 in, the silk white version. Okay, straight away I can see the navy blue color is a good match for the white. If you see, it looks very nice. The black screen along with the blue is also going quite nicely, not looking too bad. Once again, everything is very easily accessible as you would expect from a Tudia case. 3.5 jack, Type-C USB speakers, and here you can see there's a bit of rough texture to give you the extra protection on both sides whilst you're holding the phone along with the case. So the power button, as you can see, accessible, and so is the volume rocker. Also on the right, you got the toggle switch, also very easily accessible. Up top, the mic, and along the back side you can see deep enough cuts for your camera and your fingerprint sensor, and also at the same time you got some lip to give the phone the extra needed protection. And the good thing is it doesn't add much weight to the phone, so it's a very sleek and slim and nice looking elegant case by Tudia. Okay, so time for now the Merge series of cases. As you know, guys know, they're quite well built with a dual layer design. So this is the Merge by Tudia for the OnePlus 6. So let's have a look at the first case then. It says here Tudia Merge OnePlus 6 matte black. Okay, so open this up, there we go, more packaging once more, and I can see straight away the case is very solidly and strong build. It's got two layers, it's got this nice matte black finish, and then you got the nice bumper protection up and down as well. So a very solid, strong case. OnePlus 6 goes in like that. There you go, guys, and no issues whatsoever. It does add a bit weight to it, however it's there to give you the extra protection in case your phone will fall flat like that. For instance, you got this nice bit of strong lip. At the same time, you got this nice corner bumper protection that will keep your phone very nicely secured. Also at the back end, you can see the lip is quite deep, so this will definitely give your phone, the camera and the fingerprint sensor, the extra protection needed, along with this shiny border, which I quite like. Gives it a nice elegant look. Okay, up top here you can see the bumper protection along with the mic port. And the toggle switch is accessible, but not as easily. You have to really get your thumb down in there, guys, as opposed to the other one on the Arc S series that was more easily accessible. Still, this is accessible though, but it's not as easy as it was on the other series. But obviously it's here to give you the extra protection to save your paint and everything else there on the phone. At the bottom, as you can see, nice cuts here for all the ports. 3.5 Type-C USB speaker, and you got a bit of nice rough texture on both sides to give you the extra added protection if you're holding the phone like that. It does, like I said, add a bit weight to the phone, but it's here to give you the extra protection. You got this nice arcs here at the bottom, so that's looking quite nice, along with this nice Tudia written. So a very elegant, a bit heavy, but a nice solid strong case for those people especially who are a bit more casual and lazy with their phones and they tend to drop their phones a lot. This is an ideal solution and very nice from Tudia. Okay, last but not least, another case by Tudia, and once again this is, like I said, from the Tudia merge series of cases. It's the rose gold version. It's also a new case, so let's get this out of the packaging. In fact, I asked Tudia to send me a rose gold because as you know, the OnePlus 6 has got this nice rose gold metal frame and also a rose gold fingerprint sensor. So I wanted to see how this case will look like on the silk white version of the OnePlus 6. So let's get more packaging out of the way. There we go, and as you can see, it's got a nice design inside, same as the previous case, Tudia merge, so looking quite nice with these nice lines grooved inside the case. Once again, rose gold at the back, black TPU material on top, along with a nice bumper protection, the nice arc at the bottom, and a typical Tudia way, you got this logo at the back as well. So let's put the phone in, guys. There we go. It should be going the other way around, where the buttons are first on this side. There we go, easy, and it goes in without any fuss and without any issues. I tell you what, if you look at carefully, the fingerprint sensor has got this nice rose gold effect. It's definitely going along with the case at the back, so it's looking quite nice, especially for ladies. If you're gonna get a silk white OnePlus 6, this is gonna look very nice. Same as the case before, you can see there's a nice bit of bulge against the buttons, so there's nice tactile feedback, quite prominent, and so is the volume rocker here. It's quite prominent as well, very easy when it comes to the feedback. Along at the bottom, as you can see, a nicely cut out, deep cutouts. Even if you have a thicker 3.5 big headphones jack, that will still go in, along with Type-C USB speakers. So everything else seems very nice. And once again, a trademark of Tudia merge cases. You got the rough texture on this and on that side, so once you're holding the phone like that along with the case, it won't slip out of your hands, despite this matte finish being slightly slippery. But still, this added protection here on the left and right will give you that extra grip to ensure that your case and the phone does not slip. Up top, you got the mic cut out as well, so all looking quite nice. And as from the previous case, same here, what a deep cut for your camera and for your fingerprint reader, so it'll give you a nice level of protection. Also got nice lip or all the way across, so that will give you some protection in case the phone was to fall flat like that. So not looking too bad. So guys, that's for the cases. Now I will leave the links down below should you wish to purchase any of the cases. So now let's quickly talk about how the battery life has been behaving on OxygenOS 5.1.8. So let's open the phone up with a fingerprint reader, which is lightning quick. Let's have a look and see which version of Android and OxygenOS the OnePlus 6 is running here. As you can see, it's running OxygenOS 5.1.8 along with Android version 8.1. So thumbs up to OnePlus for keeping the phone up to date along with everything else, and the Android security patch level 1st of May. So quite there with the very best in the market. Okay, so let's get into the photos and let's have a look and see, ever since I had the 5.1.8 update, how the phone has been behaving. Okay, so here on 23rd of June. This one I received the update 5.1.8 on my OnePlus 6, 102 meg, giving you optimized call quality, fixed system stability issues and everything else. However, lots of people reported that ever since this update they're having some battery drain issues. Okay, now this reading here which I took was based primarily on 4G, and this was before I installed the update. I was actually in the middle of taking some 4G data for my future video, and that's where I received the 5.1.8, and here I was able to achieve in the end, without the update by the way, a total of 4 hours and 59 minutes of screen on time, and that was mostly on 4G and a bit at the end on Wi-Fi as well. But I mean 4G Wi-Fi, as you know from my previous video guys, the battery life on the OnePlus 6 has been superb with no issues whatsoever. As you can see here where I took the screenshot, and finally I had a 5.1.8 installed on the OnePlus 6. So all the readings and the screenshots after this are based on this version. Okay, once again here on 4G, battery down to 85%, and on 4G I was able to squeeze out 59 minutes of screen on time on OxygenOS 5.1.8. At this point of time, it was my initial reading. I wasn't too sure, so I thought I'll take as many screenshots as I can to give you guys an insight of how 5.1.8 is behaving. So that's why instead of starting on Wi-Fi, I started off with 4G instead. Okay, so as you can see, my normal typical use, camera, everything else, Instagram, social media, WhatsApping, and after 20 hours without the phone, down to 5%, all this usage here. And forget about this Wi-Fi line guys, because it's always on scanning, but I can assure you that most of the times I was on 4G, and occasionally here and there I was on Wi-Fi, and I had a bit of a networking issue as well, because I work in a place which I often say where there's not good network signal, so I end up having all these red dots here as well. So there was quite a lot of battery life loss during that time as well, but still I was able to squeeze out 4 hours and 3 minutes despite me not putting the phone on airplane mode and letting the battery drain even with a weak signal in the area where I work. So still, like I said, I got 4 hours and 3 minutes, which wasn't too bad, and this was all on 5.1.8. Okay, here I did a Wi-Fi run on the same version. As you can see, it says here, after 1 day and 5 hours of using my social media, WhatsApp, making phone calls, Bluetooth and everything else, I was able to achieve, after a heavy 1 day and 5 hours of use, as you can see here, all the way across Wi-Fi and everything else, total of 6 hours and 28 minutes of screen on time, and this is on OxygenOS 5.1.8. So at this point of time, I was very happy. It did put a smile on my face, because when I installed the update, I wasn't too sure how the update would behave, but thankfully for me, it did work, and I've had no battery drain issues on Wi-Fi or 4G, as you can see in here in the video. Once again, I did another run, battery down to 29%, and once again I received, by the way, the brightness was kept at times on night time a bit low, because the screen is a Super AMOLED screen or an optical AMOLED, whatever you call it, but it's very punchy, it's got deep blacks, and it's a very nice screen. It does get very bright, so at times I have to keep it below 50%, especially at night time, because it hurts my eyes. Okay, and once again I was able to achieve a 6 hours and 4 minutes with battery down to 29%. So once again, not looking too bad. Had I gone this all the way, this would have given me definitely above 7 hours of screen on time, and my Bluetooth was, by the way, constantly on. Okay, then I also tested the phone on standby using 5.1.8. As you can see, at 11:07 the battery was down to 29% on 30th of June, and when I checked in the morning at 9:57 the battery was down to 24%. So overnight it had lost about 5%. I wouldn't call this spectacular, I wouldn't call this below average, but it's just about average. Once again, I was expecting a dramatic drain, but so far on standby, Wi-Fi and 4G, I've had no major dramatic drains on the battery of the one I've used so far. So once again here, Wi-Fi use, heavy usage again, YouTubing, plenty of YouTubing, camera, Instagram, Bluetooth, making voice calls, just doing regular day-to-day stuff. And after 1 day and 2 hours of total usage, as you can see here in the graph, battery down to 5%, I was able to achieve a total of 7 hours and 3 minutes of screen on time. Now you can see this is plenty. It is the completely opposite in my case, guys, as ever since I've had the 5.1.8, my battery life has in fact improved. And as you guys know, once you live with the phone for a couple of weeks, the battery eventually settles down and you start getting better battery life. And in my case, even Bluetooth was non-stop, constantly on. You can see in all my screenshots I had my Bluetooth non-stop on, because I often connect my phone to my car when I'm listening to music. When I come home, I want it to be automatically connected to my Bluetooth speaker. So these days I'm leaving the Bluetooth completely on. As we know, Bluetooth is known to drain battery, but in my case, despite it leaving on and running 5.1.8, I've had no battery issues so far. In fact, getting over 7 hours of screen on time. Okay, so once again here guys, I took a few screenshots here as well, and going all the way across. A 6% battery. Once again, I think this was on Wi-Fi or 4G mix-up. I can't remember, maybe it was Wi-Fi, but again, I wanted to prove the point that there was no battery drain on 5.1.8, and so was the case. As you can see in this graph here, a total of 1 day took me to bring it down to 6%, and eventually I got a total of 6 hours and 15 minutes of screen on time. It does vary at times, especially when you keep the brightness 50% and above, it will give you around 6. If you keep it below 50%, you're bound to get 7 hours. But all in all, well optimized by OnePlus. And so far, from my understanding, on 5.1.8, testing it for a week, in fact, it's been over a week now, I've had no battery drains guys on standby, 4G and Wi-Fi. I will keep testing the phone. Stay tuned to my social media, all the links are down below. And like always guys, please give me a thumbs up if you like my video, and please subscribe to my channel and ask me any questions in the comment section. Let me know how your OnePlus 6 is going, and how is 5.1.8 or any other version affecting you, and I'll be more than happy to discuss it further. I shall see you in the next video.